It's only the first week in August, but people are already gearing up for September and the return of school to many people's lives. But in these tight times, it means that for some, the prospect of buying all new school uniform for the new school year could cause financial headaches. Well, one Leeds mum has decided to offer a helping hand to others in the Rothwell area and has set up a scheme where people can donate their old uniform for those that need them. And she's had an amazing response. Good morning, Alice Hennigan.
Morning.
Tell us what you're doing, Alice.
Basically, I started the scheme just to bridge the gap between people that had spare uniform and people that need it. Yeah.
So what have you done? Explain how you've done that.
I started a Facebook page about 3 weeks ago and just put a post out asking for people to donate good, used uniform to me. They've all brought it to my house. I've just been going through it, washing it, sorting it out, and then over the last week, I'm distributing it through Blackburn Hall in Rothwell to anybody that needs it.
And have you found that there's been an equal need of demand for it as there has been supply for it, if you know what I mean? There's lots of people out there.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried at first because there was so much. My spare room was literally like floor to ceiling boxes. I was a bit worried that I'd just end up stuck with it all. But there's been I've only opened for one day so far. I'm doing every Tuesday through August, and there's been quite a lot of people that have come and taken stuff. Yeah.
And when we're talking about school uniforms, the full shebang, you've had donations of everything, have you?
Everything from tights to blazers, ties, school jumpers with logos, and then just plain stuff too, like trousers and shirts. Yeah.
Is this born out of a bit of experience? I mean, I'm guessing you have children. You know how many pairs of trousers or shirts or whatever they can go through in a term. Never mind a whole school year.
Yeah, well, I've just got one, and I was wondering what to do with her uniform because obviously she's barely worn it because she only went to school from September to February. With everything that's happening, so I didn't really know what to do with it. And then I thought, I bet there's so many other uniforms that are just used that can go somewhere else for the next year. Yeah,
I know that there are many uniform banks. I think is probably to give it but do you think they're perhaps not as well known? I mean, I would imagine you would struggle to find somebody who's never heard the term food bank in this day and age. But uniform banks are still perhaps not as universally known, are they?
No, Zero Waste Leeds have got a map of all the drop-off points for uniform exchanges in Leeds, but I don't think there's that many on it, and a lot of them do run out of food banks and stuff. There's not many people doing it independently, but if there was quite a few, I think it would really take off if a lot more people did it over the city.
And when you mention Zero Waste Leeds, a big part of this, as well as helping people out who perhaps might struggle financially with uniform, is to stop, old uniforms just being chucked away, isn't it?
Yeah. They posted something quite recently about the amount of CO2e that would be saved each year, and it was if every school starter in Leeds just wore one second-hand shirt, it would save the amount of what would be equivalent to driving around the world 25 times, which just sounds mad for just one shirt, doesn't it? Considering you have 5, one for every day of the week, it's just one second-hand shirt can make such a difference.
It's interesting then you're coming at it from a few angles, almost disposable fashion, the impact of the coronavirus, bit of financial hardship. There's a lot to be said then about doing something like this, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. And everybody, all children need to go to school in a starchy, stiff white shirt. There shouldn't be a stigma about asking for help because it's so expensive, especially a lot of people are out of work at the minute. And then the pressure of having to buy new stuff for September, it's just a lot, isn't it?
Where do you do your thing, Alice? I mean, if anybody's listening in the Rothwell area, isn't it? That's where you can help out. Just tell us.
Yeah, I'm at Blackburn Hall every Tuesday through August from 12 p.m. till 3 p.m. Or they can reach us on Facebook, which is it's just LS26 School Uniform Scheme.
Good for you, Alice, and good for telling us about it as well. Alice Hennigan on BBC Radio Leeds.